Welcome back to our channel. It's been a while since I last made a video about the origins of black Africans as described in the Bible. That video got a fantastic response from all of you here on YouTube. Many of you enjoyed it and asked for more. So, I'm thrilled to bring you the second part of this series, where we'll dive deeper into the biblical origins of black Africans. We'll specifically focus on the rise of Kush, one of Ham's sons and an ancestor of African peoples. In this video, we'll explore various aspects like history, genetics, linguistics, and much more. I encourage you all to show your support by liking, commenting, subscribing to our channel, and sharing this video with others who are interested in learning about the lineage of Ham's descendants, the significance of Kush, and the biblical perspective on the origin of black Africans. We have knowledge that the descendants of Kush primarily settled in Africa, which led to the development of various ancient civilizations on the continent. However, the Bible also provides interesting information about one particular descendant of Kush who achieved great power. This individual is Nimrod, the son of Kush, who is described as one of the first kings after the Great Flood. In the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 9 and 10, we discover fascinating details about Nimrod. He was renowned as a skilled and fearless hunter in the eyes of the Lord, leading to the saying, "Mighty as Nimrod." Initially, his kingdom encompassed Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Babylon, or, according to some versions, in the lands of Shinar. According to verse 11, he expanded his domain to Assyria, where he established the cities of Nineveh, Rehoboth, Calah, and Resen. An intriguing aspect is that the Sumerians, who may have descended from Kush and thus from the enigmatic Nimrod, are connected to this story. It is known that Nimrod, as the progeny of Kush, held significant power on earth as a king and laid the foundations of the cities where the Sumerians resided. The Sumerians did not originate from the lineages of Shem or Japheth. Their ancient lineage can be traced back to Kush. It is plausible that over time genetic mixing occurred, incorporating other Semitic or even Japhetic populations into their genetic heritage. However, their roots can be traced back to Kush, just like Nimrod. The Sumerians themselves called themselves Angang Sanginga in their language, which literally means the people of the black faces. Throughout history, significant civilizations emerged from the descendants of Kush who inhabited the African region. These include the ancient Nubians who lived near the Egyptians and the Ethiopians of Ethiopia, who are also descendants of Kush. The term Kush has its origins in ancient Hebrew and Aramaic and carries meanings associated with it. In both of these ancient languages, Kush, referring to Ham's son, is translated as Ethiopia or Ethiopians in both contemporary and ancient versions of the Bible. The word Ethiopia comes from Greek initially as Ethiopia and also from Latin with a similar term, Aethiops. In Hebrew, Greek, and Aramaic, the term Kush or Ethiopia, which is translated as Ethiopia, has a fundamental meaning of black or simply dark. In Greek, the term Ethiopia originates from an ancient expression that essentially means burnt faces, deriving etymologically from the words face and burn. The ancient Romans referred to the populations living south of Egypt as Ethiopians. The term Kush primarily originates from ancient Aramaic or Hebrew, specifically used to describe Upper Nubia. Its roots can be traced back to the ancient Egyptian language. The term Kush appears in Egyptian records dating back to around 2,100 years before Christ, during the reign of Mentuhotep II. These records document his campaigns against the region of Nubia. Kush's father, Ham, had an ancient Hebrew name, Kem, which may be derived from a Hebrew word meaning burnt, black, or hot. Some connect the Hebrew term Hem or Kem to an Egyptian word meaning majesty, while others suggest a connection between the word Hem and Kemet, which literally means Egypt. Therefore, the name Hem's etymology may have originated from ancient Hebrew or borrowed from the Egyptian word Ket. In ancient Egyptian, the term Ket or Kamat would mean black. It is It is important to note that according to ancient Jewish traditions and interpretations of Genesis chapter 10, Egypt was founded by one of Ham's descendants, the brother of Kush and Mizraim. Even today, Egypt is referred to as Mizraim by both Arabs and Jews. Despite migrations and intermixing over centuries and millennia, the original and indigenous people of Egypt are descendants of Ham. In Genesis chapter 10, 7 and 8, it is mentioned that Kush was the father of at least 6 sons, indicating that he may have had more sons and daughters due to potential polygamy. The text mentions the names of 5 of Kush's sons: Sabta, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, and Sabteka. These sons gave rise to various populations that currently inhabit the African continent, including diverse black peoples. In addition to the native African populations, the influence of the Kushites extended beyond the continent. The migrations of Kushite tribes likely contributed to the formation of neighboring countries near the Sudan and Ethiopia regions. These tribes also migrated to other areas, giving rise to different ethnic groups that are all descendants of Kush. They migrated from Sudan and Ethiopia to regions such as Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda, and even as far as the Chad region, leading to the formation of diverse populations, including those found in Niger and Nigeria, extending far beyond the African continent. Furthermore, the Kushites extended their reach to the Asian continent, leaving their descendants in the region we now know as India. The original inhabitants of India were primarily Kushites, and even today, especially in the southern region, there are people who bear a resemblance to Africans, both in terms of their skin color and facial features. The descendants of Ham migrated to Asia and settled in the area that encompasses present-day India. Genetic and historical evidence suggests that the region was initially inhabited by people from the regions currently occupied by Ethiopia and Sudan. For thousands of years, the Dravidian population has notably displayed African traits in their appearance, such as darker skin. This is a common characteristic among Dravidians who trace their roots back to ancient Africans that migrated to the region. While some may notice similarities with Africans, others may observe distinct characteristics among Indians, both from the north and the south. This is due to intermixing that occurred millennia ago with the Indo-Aryans who are descendants of Japheth. This intermixing resulted in unique traits among the Dravidian peoples, contributing to the phenotypic diversity observed in India today. Indeed, India boasts remarkable diversity, with significant variations in skin tone and ethnic ancestry. In the northern regions, it is common to find individuals with lighter skin tones, which can be attributed to the ancestry of the Indo-Aryans and ancient Persians. Both of these groups are descendants of Japheth through his son Madai, who is considered the progenitor of the Persians in biblical accounts. This serves as undeniable evidence of the influence of these groups in India. Another striking example of diversity can be seen in the Andamanese population, residing on an island located south of India. The Andamanese people bear remarkable resemblances to Africans from Ethiopia and Sudan. What sets them apart is their distinctiveness in not having intermingled with other ethnic groups present in India, such as the Indo-Aryans and Persians. This emphasizes that certain populations in India have preserved their unique ethnic identities throughout history. The ethnic diversity found in India reflects the migration and settlement of various populations over time. The descendants of Ham, known as the Hamites, expanded beyond Africa and migrated to Asia, including India, contributing to the formation of its diverse populations. This is part of the historical narrative of the rise of Kush, Ham's son, who gave rise to different populations in Africa, India, Oceania, and other regions characterized by darker skin tones. While some theorists propose that dark skin tones are influenced by climatic conditions, biblical creationism offers an alternative perspective. It attributes this characteristic as an inheritance from Ham, which contradicts the notion that climate alone shapes skin color over time. The ethnic and phenotypic diversity observed in India and other parts of the world reflects the richness and complexity of human origins. In essence, biblical creationism diverges significantly from the evolutionary view, which suggests that climatic conditions played a central role in the development of skin color. According to biblical creationism, the explanation that climatic conditions alone determine skin color does not hold true. This can be observed in ethnic groups like the Semites, who have inhabited the scorching hot regions of the Middle East for countless generations, yet do not necessarily possess dark skin. The same can be said for the Berber populations of northeastern Africa and the Maasai, who do not exhibit the same skin pigmentation as Africans from sub-Saharan regions. In the perspective of biblical creationism, physical characteristics including skin color are believed to have been inherited from Noah and his wife. Noah and his wife in turn trace their lineage back to Adam, who is considered the first human being. According to this belief, Adam carried within him the potential for all the variations of physical characteristics found in humanity, which emerged through intermixing throughout history. The Bible conveys a message of unity and equality among all human beings, emphasizing that we are all brothers and sisters regardless of our heritage, language, or physical appearance. May God bless you, and I look forward to our next interaction.